Welcome everyone. Today I wanted to share with you some of my predictions and thoughts about what is going to be happening in 2019 and what some of the key trends and events might be. If we look back across 2018, it has been a wild year. All of the promises of 2017, so many of them seem to have been broken. So much price potential in 2017, and oh, so many dreams have been shattered. It has been a tough year for the crypto companies, for the cryptocurrencies themselves, and of course for the investors. It has been a crazy emotional journey. But underneath all of that, we see the foundations of some very exciting things being built out for the crypto economy. And it's also very interesting to note that so much of what is being hoped for in 2019 for cryptos comes at a time when traditional stock markets are tanking in a way that we haven't seen them be hit in years. So what are some of my top predictions? These are in no particular order, by the way, just the thoughts as they come out. Non-fungible tokens. These are your Pokemon and your Magic the Gathering and your rare monsters and crypto kitties and all this fun stuff on the blockchain. Non-fungible tokens, unique assets, essentially, are going to be a very important part of the crypto economy. They are already becoming an important part of the crypto economy, and I think that will continue to grow as time moves on. We have rare assets and people trading card games, and we have augmented reality, which is going to take the NFT market to a whole nother level when kids can actually have holograms of their Pokemons fighting with each other. That's going to be really, really cool. And that may not be delivered in 2019 specifically, but the whole idea of what this technology has to offer can be very, very big for the crypto economy. STOs. It's the new ICO, guys. A lot of people have been talking about STOs. And the potential for the STO market to totally shake up the crypto economy is very, very real. And there are some naysayers, but I look at this as something that is going to be the new big wave of money coming into the crypto economy. When we start large-scale tokenizing properties, equity in companies, fractional parts of paintings, and all these different things. And again, that framework has been being built in 2018. 2019, we're actually going to see a lot of STOs happening. That's going to be exciting. That is going to be the new boom in the markets. Now, it's going to start in 2019, but it may not actually get super big until 2020. It depends on how quickly the infrastructure actually gets built out to start the STO market rolling, but it is coming, whether we like it or not. ICOs. The ICO is dead. Long live the ICO. A lot of people have had a lot of things to say about ICOs. And a lot of ICOs, broken promises, changed rules, mismanaged funds, on and on and on it goes. And that's not even counting the straight up scam stuff. The straight up scam stuff, that's a different category in of itself. But just the ICOs that were legitimate, so much has changed and moved that has shaken investor confidence in ICOs overall. Now, there are still good ICOs happening. That's the crazy part. It's not that all ICOs are bad, and even the good ones have got a bad rap recently, but there are still good ICOs. And I think as we move forward in 2019, ICOs are gonna simply have to do better. Investors aren't going to be throwing money at hopes and dreams like they were in 2017 anymore. And some of those hopes and dreams turned out very well for investors. But 2018 has not been the case for that. ICOs are going to continue, but I think we're going to see much more professional offerings, but that may sometimes mean that retail investors are excluded from those sales. As the ICOs become more professional, they may go simply the route of accredited investors and venture capital funds. The Bitcoin ETF, actually other ETFs too, we'll probably see an Ethereum ETF and all this stuff come out as well, but the Bitcoin ETF in particular, oh, we're so excited about the Bitcoin ETF, aren't we? We've been talking about it so much. When's it gonna happen? Someday. Quick reminder, we don't need Wall Street, guys, as I always say, but Wall Street is coming to the party in a very, very big way, and looking at the ETF, it's gonna happen. It's a question of when it's gonna happen. 2019 seems like a near inevitability of it happening. But at the same time, don't go holding your breath on that one, guys. You just never know what the SEC has up its sleeves when it comes to regulating things like a Bitcoin ETF. The Bitcoin knockoffs. I think these are going to die, or at least slide into pretty serious irrelevance. I mean, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Gold, they're done. They're done. I don't see them being in the top 100 the end of next year. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, I also don't think it's going to be a survivor. I know there are some people out there who really support Bitcoin SV. I think that the characters behind Bitcoin SV are way too temperamental to actually see the project through in a way that needs to happen. I think there will be possibly another split in Bitcoin SV. If you are looking for an alternative version of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash may, I'm going to say a may on this one, be a survivor moving into the future. But even then, Bitmain has been falling on hard times recently, largely due to their Bitcoin Cash gamble. If they are able to continue moving forward, maybe. But even then, I feel like the fate of Bitcoin Cash is seriously in question as well. All of these forks have only weakened investor confidence as it creates confusion in the markets and creates wars of ego and all this kind of stuff, whereas the real Bitcoin just keeps on going on. Now, speaking of deaths, in 2019, I think we're going to see some more projects dying off, not just the Bitcoin knockoffs, but also we might see some of the ICOs that were launched in 2017. They have been running short on money already. Projects that said they needed $30 million held their Ethereum down to a total of $3 million. I thought you needed $30 million to have your project, guys. Remember, it's startups. 90% of startups fail. The cryptocurrency economy is no exception to that rule. A lot of these companies are simply going to not make it. Survival of the fittest. But much like the .com bubble and bust, we lost pets.com, but we kept Amazon. That's something to keep in mind there, guys. Some of the projects that we see right now are going to be the next Amazons and Googles of the blockchain economy. The fittest projects will not only survive, but they will thrive moving forward. 2019, I also think, is going to be a big focus on better user experience of blockchains in general. Because right now, the user experience, it's not super awesome. Keeping it totally frank with you guys, I would love the user experience to be so good that people are using blockchain and they don't even know they're using blockchain. Because that's where we need to be at. When we get to that point, then we're going to onboard billions of users. Not thousands, not millions, but billions of users. And that's the next step. And I think that we have seen a lot of movement in terms of making better user experience. And that 2019, we're only gonna get better. Lightning! Lightning is going to take off even more than it already has. Now, the Lightning Network has been building up significantly over the course of 2018. 2019 may be a watershed year for the Lightning Network. And this could take Bitcoin to the total next level, especially when we talk about things like micropayments, buying a cup of coffee in a very quick way, sending money for a soda or something like that on a vending machine. This is very simple applications, but they're important applications. And as Lightning continues to grow in power and relevance, I think 2019 is going to be very important for it. Tether. Oh, Tether. You're still out there. You're still out there, Tether. You're still alive. In spite of everything. Now, look, Tether has been this blight on the crypto community for a long time, mainly because of the lack of transparency. I'm not saying that, it hasn't been very useful to have Tether around. It has been. Anybody who would say the opposite is crazy. But at the same time, Tether has brought so much unnecessary drama. And it's not that Tether is going to disappear. I'm not sitting here saying Tether is going to die and it's going to go away. No, what I think is actually going to happen to Tether in 2019 it's going to lose its spot as the top stablecoin. I think that USDC or the Gemini dollar or Paxos or any of the others are going to overtake it in terms of market cap. That's a prediction of mine. And I think that's a good thing for the crypto economy to make Tether less important simply because of all of the drama that it has caused over the years. XRP. XRP is finally going to get used by its banking partners. Believe it when I see it. But it could happen, guys. It could happen. They have so many banking partners. So many banking partners. Will somebody start using XRP for Pete's sakes, guys? Come on, use the XRP. Big money. Big money is coming for crypto. And we've been talking about this a lot, from the family offices to the hedge funds to Wall Street itself, the biggest exchanges in the world. Everybody wants a piece of the crypto pie. Why do you think Bakkt is launching? Why do you think Fidelity is getting into it? NASDAQ, and on it goes. The services are being built to court the big money investors. Now, these services still need to be launched, right? Bakkt might be being delayed. I guess we're going to have to wait and see on that. Fidelity's service is not for a few months yet. Even once that service gets launched, it's not going to be like, hey, we launched our custody service. $300 billion comes into the blockchain ecosystem overnight. Probably not going to be like that. It'll be a slow build up over time as these different hedge funds say like, oh, well, we're going to invest, a couple $100 million into Bitcoin. Great. I'm excited about that. But they're probably not going to say, we're going to invest $50 billion overnight. It seems very unlikely. I think there will be a testing of the waters period for a lot of these big institutional investors. So even though the services are going to get up and running, the actual flood of money probably going to be more like a trickle. It's going to fill the bucket over time, but not straight away. Regulatory clarity. Oh, we need some regulatory clarity, guys. There are so many things in terms of tax regimes that actually disincentivize people to use their cryptocurrency like a currency, as an example, not to mention all of the back and forth with the SEC and things in the United States and countries coming out banning cryptocurrencies, other countries saying, we love cryptocurrencies, we want to pass some laws, and the parliament says, no, you can't pass those laws. And so there's a lot of back and forth. And there are some countries like Japan and Switzerland and Malta that have just gone, whoosh, they're out there. They're already doing what other countries needed to do a couple years ago. But those countries will catch up, and I think that we will see more regulatory clarity. Not complete regulatory clarity. It'll be, again, incremental steps, but it'll get better as we go through 2019. The rise of the dApps. dApps have really suffered from not having very many users. And you could say, okay, well, Ethereum's killer application was the ICO. Well, yeah, okay, maybe. But you know what I'm talking about, guys. We actually need a Facebook-level application built on top of a blockchain, right? We need Facebook on EOS. We need a WhatsApp built on Cardano or whatever it might be. We need real blockchain-based applications that have hundreds of thousands, preferably millions of users. And they're coming. And they're coming. Big companies that are launching their own cryptocurrencies, like we have Kin, for example. We have the guys over at Line Messaging, big messaging platform in East Asia, like 60 million users. They're launching their own cryptocurrency. And the WhatsApp dollar, that could in itself be a massive trend if the rumors do prove to be true about the WhatsApp dollar. All of these things could potentially bring in millions of users, but they may be, some of these things anyway, like the WhatsApp dollar, it's going to be on the Facebook blockchain. So it's not, it'll bring money into the crypto economy, but it's not going to be that kind of decentralized utopian cryptocurrency that we all, I think, strive for and look for in crypto. But I would love to see some of these decentralized applications really getting massive amounts of users. It's going to happen. It's just a question of what app it's going to be and when it's going to be. Increased access. This is another very, very important thing. Binance, for example, is aiming to have a total of 10 fiat onboards. So it's 10 different fiat currencies that you can access Binance with. The aim is to have that done by the end of 2019. The more people we can get into crypto, the better. Right now, it's all happening in US dollars, yen, and won. The euro barely even makes a blip, so we need more euro on boards. But we also need to spread out across the world. We need Brazilian real, we need South African rand. We need more currencies for people to access the crypto economy, because the easier it is to onboard people in terms of letting them buy cryptocurrencies, the more users we're going to get, the more likely it is that we're going to be getting one of these killer dApps rising to the top. Ethereum. Is it going to survive? Yeah, Ethereum is going to survive, but I actually think that Ethereum is taking a long time to get where it needs to be. In that time, we're probably going to see Ethereum losing some market share, especially to the competitors like Stellar Lumens, Tron, Cardano, EOS, and on goes that list. As these projects are doing today, or very soon will be doing, in the case of like Cardano, for example, what Ethereum needed to do 6 months or a year ago. And the Ethereum upgrades, they're coming, they're working on them day and night, but they're not here yet, right? Tron and Stellar Lumens, for example, EOS, they're here today doing. And for every day that Ethereum doesn't do, the other blockchains get more developers, more dApps built on top of them, and more users. And it's not, as I always say, guys, it's not the Highlander, okay? It's not one blockchain that's going to be the winner of everything. There'll be lots of blockchains in the future, but that doesn't mean that Ethereum is going to keep its top 5 spot forever. We've already seen, of course, XRP knocking it off of top 2. When we see Stellar Lumens or Tron move up and knock it out to down position 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, doesn't mean that Ethereum is bad. It just means the other guys are doing better than Ethereum right now. Privacy. Privacy is going to become even sexier than it already is. And privacy is looking good these days. Yowzers. No, seriously. What we see happening with privacy coins right now is a lot of amazing technological upgrades. What we've seen with Monero and Zcash in the past few months in terms of their technological upgrades, that's awesome. They're faster, they're cheaper, they're even better than they were before, they're even more private than they were before. That is seriously powerful stuff. Not to mention, of course, we have Mimblewimble coming, we have exchanges that are privacy focused, like PivX's ZDEX. We have Resistance Exchange coming up. We have the Dusk Foundation and what they're launching with basically the security token industry and having private transactions within that. So privacy technology, again, big trend in 2019. And finally, the one I know you guys have all been waiting for. We're going to the moon, guys! We're going to the moon! It's gonna happen. Yes. I don't know. Will we get back to that new all-time high in 2019? It's really hard to say. We may not see a new all-time high until 2020 around the Bitcoin halving. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening in 2019, a lot of money coming in. Are we going to see much higher prices than we're at currently? I feel very confidently yes. Are we going to pass $20,000 by the end of 2019? We're going to have to wait and see. If the global stock markets get hit really bad, that might just scare investor confidence right across the board. Look forward to 2020 in that Bitcoin halving. That's when I'm much more confident that we're going to see a new all-time high. But hey, I'm hopeful. I'll take a new all-time high in 2019. All about it. Ready for it to happen. Just cautiously optimistic, we could say. Anyway, I know it's been a long video, guys, but I hope that you enjoyed some of these thoughts. Did I miss anything really important? I think this is going to be some of the key stuff that we're going to be talking about in 2019. But I would love, as always, to know your opinion. Am I wrong on any of these? Do you think that I missed something really important? Tell me about it down below in the comment section. You guys are super, super awesome. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I appreciate you all so much taking the time out of your day to come and listen to me talk about cryptocurrencies on the internet, guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up on it. If you are new around here, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to know when I put out a new video, hit the notification bell down below. Come and join the conversation over on Twitter. Long live the blockchain. And peace out till next time.